Yes, and a good evening to you. Thanks for joining us. Our two matches tonight coming from the Western Oval and the MCG. And what a start to the round it was last night at the SCG with the Sydney Swans beating the previously unbeaten Carlton. Great for football, as they say in the classics. Well, firstly, tonight we're going out to the Western Oval, where North Melbourne have a particularly good record against Footscray on the Doggies' home ground. And, it was interesting to see how that was going to pan out, because North Melbourne had gone through their little bit of a slump, losing 3 matches in a row and back in winning form. Let's firstly take a look at the highlights of the first 3 quarters. And in the commentary box for 7 Sport were Peter Landy, Ian Robertson and Ross Glendinning.
Armstrong getting the handball away. Stevens doesn't mess around. Forces it forward for North Melbourne, a half foot. Oh, terrific mark. That was strength shown by Carey. We go for goal now. The lead was on. He's bombed it to the square, and it's a North mark taken by McAdam. He really should kick this, and he does. So already Adrian McAdam has kicked 2 goals for North Melbourne.
West has got it. Down to Osborne territory, if he can find him. Good mark. Any score will be Footscray's first. Osborne kicks, and he's got his 500th. Great moment for him.
Smith goes to half forward. Southern there. Ball awkward. Through goes Carey. Smother was okay by Cameron. Ball spills for Roberts. Got a chance to gather. Kicks across his left shoulder. Miraculous goal by Mark Roberts. Seconds left. There it is. His kick goes in towards the left forward pocket. Osborne punched away brilliantly by Blakey. Martin just a little slow. Little kick by Osborne. Good. Over the top, Philippou. In goes Wallace. Must goal for Footscray from the square.
Armstrong. Like Mark McClure and Mick Noel. Remember that one? To kick a goal here. He's got it, McKernan. From centre half back. Kick drops a little bit short. Oh, great mark! Wayne Schwass. What a ripper.
Well, not often you'd see that. Grant goes into the pocket. The kick directed at Osborne. Away goes Johnson. Straightens up. Kick. Rebounds. He has another go. And he's docked it. Brad Johnson gets his first goal.
North made a good start, 6 goals to 1 in the first quarter, but then went a bit quiet. And by 3/4 time, goals were level, 8-12 to 8 goals to, just a 10-point lead to North Melbourne.
The 1995 AFL Premiership season. Brought to you by Mitsubishi Motors Australia, Qantas, McDonald's, Mobil and Carlton Draft.
So the 4 premiership points were to be decided in the final term. That's where we pick it up at the opening bounce at the Western Oval.
The final quarter from the Western Oval. It's only 10 points the difference now in favour of North Melbourne. The Roos held goalless during the 3rd quarter, which was Footscray's best of the match so far. Capuano thumps it some 25 metres downfield. Campbell tries to knock it on. Kick away from Footscray by Michael Martin. Out towards the old coach's box on the outer side. Ramiro, Nicholson tries to trap it.
Free kick,
Heavy clash.
major.
Well, you would think so. Rock. Carey and Cameron, the 2 number 18s. Carey gives it away. Allison, almost pinned. Fires out the hand pass. Stevens, inside 50, goes at goal, and he's kicked it.
Hit the post. Hit the post.
Hit the post. That would have got the rolling. It would have been their first goal for a long time. As I said, held goalless during the 3rd quarter. The 18-minute mark, in fact, at the 2nd quarter was their last goal. So it's been a long time between drinks for the Roos and Leon Cameron. Now an almost traditional pose, directing traffic from full-back, long kick.
Gets good distance, and a great mark taken by Stanfield. Nearly down to the wing. Kicks into the centre. Beautifully weighted kick finds Wallace. Wallace has got a player running in support. Nicholson on the far side, but he comes down this near side wing. And Ramiro is marked safely on his chest. Jose had liked to kick a goal or two to rub the nose in North Melbourne. The kick into the pocket goes past Osborne, and a boundary throw in. Perhaps not the... Although Osborne led there, makes it difficult to score a goal, doesn't it?
Pushing too far in the corner, Robbo, yep.
Footscray, they trail by 11 points. First score of the last term, kicked by Stevens. Grant, Ramiro, across his left shoulder, goes pretty well straight up and down. Oh, good gather. Osborne got the pace to get clear, off the left foot, kicks to the goal line, and it goes through for one behind. 3 goals, 1 to Richard Osborne. 10 points the margin once again. Ross Smith for North Melbourne. You'd have to say that even though the breeze is at Footscray's back, North Melbourne still a big chance to score at that right-hand end of the ground. Kick in has been safely marked by Scotty Wine. Handball away to Philippou. His kick to full forward. Oh, Johnson in front. Couldn't take the mark. Ross Smith. Johnson into Smith's back. Ooh. And Smith will take the free kick. He plays on quickly and gets it to Laidley.
Dean Laidley from right back pocket. Long kick by the former West Coast Eagle. No mark taken at left half forward. Capuano in with a good hip and shoulder. Ball flipped up to Blakey. North Melbourne on the run now through Rock. He kicks to half forward. Oh, good mark to Smith. Over to Cameron, the general from half back. He really has organised his troops well down there. Wallace. A little pass. Martin collected late. Punch away by Philippou. Onto Ramiro. A high kick by the former Rube. Martin. Osborne. Oh, too high, was it? Or a good tackle?
No, too high, Pete.
So Chris Grant, who was in the wars in the second quarter, as was Michael Martin, the result of which is that headband, probably a few stitches underneath that. Grant left the field with, well, it looked like a rib injury or shoulder, and he came back and played a terrific third quarter.
It's an important kick, this.
Difference at the moment is 10 points, 51 to 61. Chris Grant with that slight breeze. Probably need to aim for about the left goal post. But it really has been an ideal day for footy. The kick from right on 50. Should get the distance. He does. And kicks the goal. 4 points the difference at the Western Oval.
The ultimate football preview, combining the latest news with expert views. That's AFL Game Day, Sundays on 7.
Just 4 points the margin now in favour of North Melbourne. Scotty Wind all over the top of Capuano. Football in underneath there somewhere.
Matty Armstrong ready to come back on again. McAdam to come off.
Roscoe, apart from the 2 goals that North kicked in the space of about 3 minutes in the second term, for 2.5 quarters or 2 and a bit quarters have been goals.
Yep.
Kick towards full forward. Scholl gets it to Martin. Martin over the top to Roberts. Roberts to Archer. Archer down the ground, only as far as Southern. He plays on. Gee, the momentum is with Footscray. Southern's kick to half forward. Ramiro for his 4th kick of the quarter. Osborne let it go. It might bounce through. No, he kick it anyway. No. Couldn't quite get enough hook on it.
Yeah.
And he's second behind. 3 goals, 2 to Richard Osborne.
Yeah, Ramiro's definitely been the important player for Footscray, apart from Grant, Robbo. As you're right. 4th kick.
3 points the difference. Laidley marks the kick in. Plenty of time for either side to really make a break. 15 3/4 minutes left in the match. Blakey in front of Liberatore takes the mark. Again to the outer side. Target is Stevens. He'll get past the veteran and Steve Wallace. Oh, good mark taken by Capuano over the top. Came in from the side. Might be 50. Is 50.
Oh, he didn't stop the boy from doing anything. All he did was put his arms in the middle of the guy's back.
Steve McPherson's having something to say too.
Yeah, it's going to be a very interesting kick. 3 points at the moment, the difference. He's not going to have a shot at goal. Guess who he's going for? And Carey doesn't let him down.
Roscoe, that 50-metre penalty was brought in if a player deliberately stopped the player from playing on. In other words, he held onto him for too long.
Yes.
He scragged him to the ground.
Yep.
I mean, that was what it was brought in for. Steve McPherson then
was just guarding them up. Yeah.
Oh, it was a terrible penalty.
Can North Melbourne get their first goal of the second half? Carey from right on 50 bends it back. It looks pretty good. It is a goal. And to say that was a badly needed one for the Roos was the understatement of the afternoon. Carey gets his second goal, and North Melbourne buy some breathing space at the Western Oval.
It's interesting that two of the key players have kicked the last two goals.
Exactly, yeah, they're so critical and they're on each other for some part of that third quarter.
Just have another look now. All he does is just... Is it because he knocked the ball out of the guy's hand?
Well, he didn't really do that either, did he? He just grabbed his arm.
Well, play restarted back at the centre. Footscray now have got the job to try and peg North Melbourne back once again. They trail by 9 points. Still plenty of time left, 14 and a half minutes. But what looked as though it was all North Melbourne at half-time when they led 8-6 to 4-1. The Bullies kicked 4-1 to just 6 points in the third term. And a great contest set up for this last quarter. Ross Smith able to get his right foot to it, but only as far as Martin. Martin has done enough in his first game to suggest that he's going to be something for Footscray in the future. Here's Philippou. He's done all right too. And his confidence is growing. Gets past and goes long. Kick down the ground. Osborne's got it anyway.
It's a booking. Scholl on Liberatore behind play.
Well, you wonder whether the North Melbourne player had eased up in the square, but Osborne had taken the mark anyway. He was going to get the kick down the ground. The whistle went, and it's still with Richard Osborne as Craig Scholl.
Has his number taken?
It was, in terms of play, what you call a fairly heavy shepherd.
And Osborne, if he kicks this, it's 4 out of 10 so far. Good performance. He kicks the goal, and the Bullies back in it.
4-2 to Richard Osborne.
Margin back to 3 points in favour of North Melbourne.
Yes, and the player who was good there was Philippou. He showed a bit of class there, just controlled the footy. And Osborne got the extended free kick, but gee, it was a great mark to go with it anyway. They've got the momentum, Robbo, haven't they?
My word.
Well, can they pinch it? Osborne having a few words to Martin.
Talking about pinching it, someone's pinched the footy.
Well, can they pinch the game? They may well do. 64 to 67. Scotty Wine to contest the bounce. 3 points in it here at the Western Oval. One by McKernan. Liberatore out of the centre. Only as far as Roberts. Roberts' kickers towards right half forward. Smith gets a terrible bounce. Opens it up for Stevens. Stevens ships it short towards right half forward. Rock takes the mark. There in front of Michael Martin.
Just a stiff bounce there for Smith. It really was. He had the front running for the footy. Bad bounce. Finishes up with North.
Vital kick in the context of the game. This one, no certainty from there. The man on the mark is standing about 3 or 4 metres behind it.
Oh, you'll get the distance.
Anthony Rock, vital kick for the Roos. He kicks it goal and makes no mistake. North Melbourne get the quick answer again. Anthony Rock's first goal of the afternoon couldn't have come at a better time for the Roos. And the scoreboard shows North 10-13-73, Footscray 10-4-64.
Well, it looked as if in that previous centre bounce they were going to go forward through Libba, but it was Mark Roberts who attacked the footy from centre half back and able to turn it around and finished up with Rock with a nice pass coming from Stevens.
So again, Footscray confronted with a deficit of more than a goal. Kick forward for North Melbourne, knocked away from Campbell. Wallace gathers, kicks down towards half forward. Is that a little push out? No, it's deemed as a clean mark by Roberts. He kicks back towards the wing and the mark is taken by Armstrong. Matthew Armstrong for North Melbourne. His kick towards half forward. Got to punch away. Hits the ground, close to the line. Gather is by Cameron. Handball, looking for Ramiro, but in goes Smith. Kept his footing brilliantly in the finish. West kicks across the half-back line. Marcus taken by Collinwood. He's got Stanfield running in support. He can go to the middle. What about Jose in the guts? No, he goes down towards left half forward, and the mark is taken by Grant. And still Ramiro runs for him. Not running quite into space. Goes for Southern. But chipping in and taking a great mark for North Melbourne is Ross Smith. Can the Kangaroos' defence hang on here? Footscray's forward, surging. Their midfield is surging. Everybody's surging. Laidley's kick finds Kolonyuk as if he was wearing a North Melbourne Guernsey. Goes in short. And Jose's on the end of a pass from Steve Kolonyuk. Ramiro goes to the front of the goals. High flyers. Southern at the back. Not a mark. Philippou and Osborne. Osborne away to Wallace. Over the top, Philippou. Left foot snapped by that player. Is offline. And through from behind to Footscray. Both their new recruits, Sam Philippou and Michael Martin,
They've shown a bit, haven't they?
done some promising things in a game that has been tight for most of the day. And surely that stands them in good stead for the future. Footscray trail by 8 points. Schwass kicks in and finds Roberts at centre-half back.
Roberts will give it off again to Schwass. Feigned the hand pass, and then keeps going. A couple of bounces from 50. The kickers towards the centre wing position. Carey well upfield to take the mark in front of Leon Cameron. Turns on a threepenny bit. The duck down to Campbell. Can't take the mark. Nicholson taking the ground in the tackle. Ball spills free. Armstrong upset. Now Campbell again. Campbell's kick to centre half forward. Oh, great mark. Who's that? Scott, I think. Terrific grab.
He's been pretty quiet.
He hasn't done too much at all. He could cover himself in glory here. Won't make the distance. Is that a free kick?
Yes, over the shoulder.
Capuano.
Yep. Well, one in front position, Pete, and that kick was dropped short, I think, intentionally by Scott. He certainly didn't go for distance. Just gave his two big fellows up there, McKernan and Capuano, the chance. It was Capuano who got the front position first.
He had the momentum, didn't he?
Yep. And I think it was Stanfield that just got over his shoulder.
Capuano hasn't scored a goal today, as we watch that again. Just on his, wide.
Scotty wide in the end, yes.
So Matthew Capuano directly in front, 25 metres out, kicks it goal, and kicks truly.
On the road to Atlanta, the awesome foursome and gymnast Joanna Hughes. Tomorrow on Sports World.
North Melbourne seem to have the answers at this stage. Each goal that Footscray have kicked, the Kangaroos have been able to come back and get one in reply. The ball in the centre. Schwass shrugs the tackle. The kick has been taken. Well, I didn't think it was a mark, but eventually paid. Carey into the pocket. Rock made good position, kept running down the ground. And North Melbourne finishing it right off. 14 points is the margin. Anthony Rock can break it out to 20 points. Not too many people have left the Western Oval. Still the game in the balance. This kick could make it extremely difficult for Footscray. Anthony Rock, a good long kick across the face. It's gone over for a behind, I would suggest. Yes, kicked by Robert Scott. Kicked by Anthony Rock, rather. 1 goal, 1 to Rock. And Leon Cameron indicating that he may want to go long. He kicks it to himself and then gets good distance off that left foot. And Stanfield is marked. Well done. Gets back quickly. Ramiro again has made good position, but he'll go shorter still to Johnson. Johnson runs on. Kicks directly towards full forward. Oh, good mark. Standing his ground, Smith. It has been paid. They play on quickly. Hand pass to Schwass, and North Melbourne will repel from half-back.
Wayne Schwass's kick out to Rock on centre ring. Rock doesn't let him down. He's got inboard. Blakey the target of Armstrong, and Blakey takes it, marking in front of Southern. He stands the mark. Kick to half forward. Wind. A bad kick. It dropped well short. Steve Wallace, late tackled by Allison. Now McPherson takes it from Martin. The other Martin is down there. Osborne beats him forward, and also Roberts, but it is out of bounds. Off his foot, not on the full, and to throw in 25 metres from the behind post. Right forward pocket for Footscray as the clock ticks down to the final quarter. We've got 7.5 minutes to go. The scoreboard shows North Melbourne 80, Footscray 65. A thriller here at the Kennel. Tapped down to Roberts. Off one step. Wallace and Armstrong. Armstrong with the punch. West grabbed, didn't have the footy. He'll take the free kick, and he could get the distance from there.
Chris Grant kicked a terrific goal earlier in the quarter from that position.
I don't think it's beyond him, Robbo.
Well, he's got basically the breeze at his back.
It's only really a little zephyr, though, isn't it, Pete?
Yes, not too much in it. Strange for out here.
Oh, shit.
Awful kick, but a great pass.
Exactly.
Call it what you will.
Well done, Danny Southern, for being in front.
Exactly. Everyone will drop right back behind the goal line, and Danny was in front of that pack.
Well, maybe Danny knew his kicking ability better than we did. Danny Southern, point-blank range, kicks the goal. His first, and Footscray still in this contest here at the Western Oval. North Melbourne 11-14-80, and Footscray coming up to 11-5-71.
Yeah, I mentioned that about the second quarter, I thought with Scotty West, he had a number of possessions, but his kicking had been quite untidy for a player of his quality. But as Robbo said, in front was Danny Southern, and he kicked his first goal for the day and also for the season.
Just maybe North Melbourne's numbers might tell in the finish, because Footscray have got Sadat Sir on the bench with a crook shoulder and Mark Hunter with a crook thigh. Here go North Melbourne again. Campbell to Rock. Rock, his kick has been touched on the line and goes through for one behind. Kicked by Anthony Rock.
17,741 here this afternoon. Official attendance.
Good crowd. The morning here in Melbourne was quite dismal, but the weather has cleared and provided a reasonable day for a game of football. Both these sides have been at each other for most of the game. A free kick at centre-half back to Footscray, awarded to Barry Stanfield. Goes along with the kick, looks to Southern in front, nearly hooked it in. Kick forward by Carey. High flyer, great mark taken by McKernan. As he fell, gave it to Schwass. King may get run down. Liberatore, don't break too many Liberatore tackles, but he got the handball to half forward. Smith went in, Capuano, Stevens. The kick to the goal square is a goal. Kicked by Anthony Stevens. Well done. A vacant goal square. It rolled about 5 or 8 metres through for Stevens' second goal, and North Melbourne again lead now by 16 points.
Good tackle by Libert. Watch Capuano come straight through. He was a key here. Kept going, got hold of the footy, just gave it out cleverly. That's a great kick by Stevens, who's been a tower of strength all day.
As Anthony Stevens kicked the winning goal. Scoreboard shows 87-71, 16 points in North Melbourne's favour. Footscray have got to within a kick. Can they come back again? Liberatore straight down the guts. And Danny Southern has marked again, this time a little bit further out. So the Bulldogs just won't lie down. We've got over 5 minutes left in the match, so it's far from over. Danny Southern has kicked one goal, only a few minutes back now. He's right on 50. Long drop putt, looks pretty good, and the Bullies are still in this. Southern kicks his second. What a match. The Bulldogs 12-5 now, 77. North Melbourne 12-15, 87. The difference is back to 10 points, which is what it was at three-quarter time.
Yes, it's amazing what an attitude can change a football side's fortunes around. Last week they were pretty appalling, and today they've been fairly committed.
Bounce to restart play, favours Scotty Wine. Knocked forward by McKernan. It's at centre-half forward for North Melbourne. Attempted kick off the ground by Stevens. Oh, great gather by Allison. If he kicks this, surely Footscray couldn't come back now. Allison gets another goal for North Melbourne.
But Allison second. And what a final quarter we're having.
Yes, and what a great tap on by Stevens. Went to kick off the ground, or through mid-air, I should say, missed it. His recovery was great. Just watch this again on replay. McKernan doing well on the ruck, the tap again. Stevens, he goes to kick off the ground, misses, comes back, taps it out beautifully, and Allison with pace and skill finishes.
The difference at the Western Oval, once again, 16 points, 4 3/4 minutes left in this match. And who predicts what's going to happen in the remaining minutes? McKernan, but straight to Wallace. A quick kick, doesn't travel very far. Blakey, ridden into the ground by West. Umpire calls play on. Scholl gets it back to Blakey. The bouncer factor. Stevens, who's had a hand at the last 2 goals, one of which he's kicked himself with that long bouncing one. Carey at half forward. The duck, maybe too far out to score. Wayne Schwass is saying, well, perhaps go for the shot. Let's see what he does. I think he is. Well, beautiful kick distance-wise. It's almost a score, not quite. Loose ball in the forward pocket. Scott, this way, that way. Clear of Smith, goes at goal. A mark to Stevens.
See what a game he's played.
As I said, he's had a hand in the last 2 goals. And looks as though he's going to kick this one. And this, you would think, would sew it up for North Melbourne.
24 and 9, Pete, plus 2 goals. And his work ethic is just outstanding. And he's the sort of player, like a Tony McGuinness, runs as quickly in the last 5 minutes as he does in the first 5 minutes. He's very much a team player. A lot of quality about him.
2 goals, 1 to Anthony Stevens. Difference is out to 16 points. 25 metres out directly in front. Stevens, has he missed? He's hooked it. Right on the goal umpire. He's got it. 3-1 to Stevens. And you would think from here the Roos are home.
It's difficult to see Footscray coming back into it. See Scott just doing the right thing. Just set it up a bit higher, I thought, for Stevens, but still he had the courage and the strength to hang on to it. It'll be pretty sore tonight.
Great spirit shown by the players of AFL football today. 3 minutes left and still the bounce. Back in the centre. Blakey tries to force it forward. Collinwood showed some courage to get in there and is rewarded with a free kick. Didn't like what Wayne Schwass did, but gets back quickly and takes his kick. Looks for and finds Chris Grant. And Ross, you wrote down that Grant's had 4 opponents.
Yes, Scholl's his 4th.
Kick it quick, Steve Wallace. Oh, bumped off it by Schwass. Well done. Schwass kicks it back towards half forward. The gather is by McPherson. Gets the hand pass, but only as far as Campbell. Campbell, the kick across half forward. Good spotting. He saw Carey. Carey unselfishly. Ellison could get his 3rd goal.
That's it.
7 Sports is proud to present this match as part of the 1995 Coca-Cola AFL Premiership season.
North by 21 points, skipping away again in the last quarter. Stevens got 3 along with Allison. Carey kicked 2 goals for Footscray. Osborne kicked 4. Longmire and Fairley replaced in the selected side, and Kretiuk replaced in the selected side for Footscray. Craig Scholl reported for striking Liberatore with a forearm to the head in the final quarter, and the crowd 17,700. And a long list of injuries to come as well from that game at the Western Oval. After the break, we joined 65,000 people at the MCG to see if Richmond can stay undefeated.